How do billionaires like Jeff Bezos pay for expensive things, like a six-figure watch, a luxury vacation, or $100 million super yacht, if their money is held up in stocks? Was he doing shady shit? Nope, it was all legal. It was not because of some special tax loophole that only the ultra-rich could use. You and I can leverage this little-known trick for our benefit, too. Keep watching to find out what it is. They all use the tax-free buy, borrow, die strategy. The buy part of the strategy consists of buying stocks. The uber wealthy are wealthy on paper. It's not like they have $10 million $100 bills under their mattresses. Usually, their paper wealth consists of stock holdings. The most important part of the tax-free buy, borrow, die strategy is the borrow part, and it revolves around PAL, PAL. PAL stands for Pledged Asset Line of Credit. It is a line of credit that has an ultra-low interest rate. The security used to secure this line of credit are those stocks we mentioned earlier. As long as the value of the stocks goes up, Jeff Bezos can constantly refinance the PAL. He can then use the PAL to buy mega yachts, Italian villas, S&P 500 companies, or private Caribbean islands. Remember, the PAL loan is not secured with the assets purchased from using the credit line. The PAL is only secured by the pledged stock. If the stock loses value, the billionaire can always add more stock to keep the PAL fully secured. Larry Ellison, the co-founder of software giant Oracle, who owns about 35% of Oracle stock to this day, has a $10 billion line of credit that he paid zero taxes on and can use the money however he wants. When Larry dies, he can write in the pour-over will that's part of his trust to transfer the remaining wealth to his children through a stepped-up basis and avoid the inheritance tax. This process of buy, borrow, die can be repeated generation after generation. If Oracle stock falls to zero, the $10 billion PAL goes away, but the lenders can only use the now worthless pledged Oracle stock as the sole recourse to recover their losses. Billionaires don't sign personal guarantees like the rest of us. Other billionaires like Bill Gates, Amancio Ortega, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jack Ma all have massive PAL personal lines of credit, and of course, Elon Musk's $15 billion tax-free, non-recourse PAL personal credit line. Before we get into what happens when a PAL tanks, do hit that subscribe button to show the creative team that slaved away on this video your support. We love you for it. Now, back to examples of what happens when a PAL goes south. Let's dig up WeWork. That office rental company masquerading as a high-tech company? Well, WeWork's CEO Adam Neumann took out a $500 million PAL personal credit line using one of his WeWork pre-public stock. WeWork was exposed for the fraud they were, and the IPO kept getting delayed until it never was. But WeWork's primary investor, SoftBank, had to eat that $500 million loss. Neumann, on the other hand, took the $500 million and just never paid it back. And he still owns whatever assets he bought with that $500 million in the free and clear. When billionaire Masayoshi Son goes to buy a $500 million yacht, does he have to sell shares of stock, or does he have that cash in a bank account on hand? Yes, you know the answer. Mr. Billionaire takes out a loan. You're starting to think like the wealthy already. The first rule is to always preserve capital, or money, especially money that can be invested to earn more money. The second rule is always use leverage, other people's money, when you can. The third rule is to look for the tax advantages in every transaction. So if you have $1 billion that is invested and earning a good rate of return, the last thing you want to do is convert it to cash to buy a yacht that will depreciate in value. Let's assume that billion is earning a modest 7% return, or a cool $70 million per year. As a major customer of a bank, you'll be eligible for a preferential interest rate, which is usually pretty close to the federal fund rate, currently 2.5%. So instead of liquidating your stock portfolio and paying cash, you finance the yacht at less than 3% interest, and your investments keep generating cash to pay off that loan, which would be around $3 million per month, or $36 million a year. The next strategy would be to structure the purchase to maximize the tax advantage. Many high net worth individuals list the yacht as a second home, as it generally meets the tax requirements of having a bathroom, a kitchen, and sleeping quarters. That makes all or part of the $360 million in interest payments on that loan tax deductible, which would recover about $100 million of your money. Meanwhile, you still have your initial stake of $1 billion happily earning interest. Thanks for watching. Do drop us a comment below, and we'll see you soon.